What's up, everyone? So today I'm gonna take this opportunity quick to give you a walk around Hank, introduce you. This is the 91 XJ, clapped out, you know, cut fenders, rusted, long arm kit, smashed in doors and everything. 4.0 gas tank in the rear. It's been lifted up out of the bottom and now it sits in the back, which that's something that I do plan on changing and put in a fuel cell and close that hole back up. Doors come off, at least the front do, not the rear. Hatch is cracked. Back of the frame is rotted right up here, right where the bumper connects. So that's got to get fixed. I mean, it's not bad. I plan on cutting this piece out and just weld in a new piece of 2x4 tube. But right now I drove it home 125 miles, ran perfectly fine. Got home Sunday night with it, went to start it Monday morning, and it was crank with no start. So like anybody knows, fuel, air, and spark. Well, the fuel pump's running. I hear it when I turn the key. And just to be safe, make sure the tank wasn't empty, I threw a few extra gallons in. Air, it's always got air. Checked, wasn't clogged. So then it leaves spark. So distributor cap and rotor look fine. Plugs look fine. I did a new ignition coil because the ignition coil was shitty. It was cracked in several places. And I did new plug wires just to be safe because those were looking pretty old too. And now when I think back on it, I might end up doing the spark plugs, but we'll see. So my big thought is, okay, so what's the problem? The relays aren't dead, and neither is the fuses. Though one of my buddies suggested looking at the fuse panel that's inside the vehicle. There might be one in there that tends to pop if the O2 sensor gets wet, the downstream, and the downstream sensor was wet, had some oil on it, so maybe that was the case. But for right now, I wanted to do the crank position sensor, so I took that out. I took out the crank position sensor, which is up at the top of the bell housing. First bolt came out fine, second bolt came out. It got hung up on the sensor itself, so I went to shimmy it, and the bolt dropped down inside the bell housing. So, tried to fish it out, couldn't get it. Next day, got one of these bendable magnets, which is pretty cool, and then took out the starter like another friend suggested and went behind there, went in just fine. Couldn't get down to the bolt, so I figured, okay, let me pull it out and give it see if I can get a different angle in there. Well, now this is stuck and will not come out from back behind the flywheel. I must have entered at just the right angle to get it in, and I can't get it in that just right angle again to come back out. So here we are, now that the rainstorm is over. I got the front and rear drive shafts disconnected. I'm going to remove this long arm bracket or cross member, drop that down. I don't know if I'm going to have to disconnect the long arms or not. I might have to, but then I'll start disconnecting the rest of any wires or anything connected to the transmission, and I'll drain the transmission pan. But I can't drain the transmission pan until I drop this out of the way. I can probably drain the transfer case, but so then once the transmission pan is drained and the transfer case is drained, I can work on disconnecting the rest of the transmission and get it out of here so that I can then finally get that bolt and that tool out from my bell housing. Once that's done, might actually be able to see if this thing will start. I do gotta take the battery out. I took the battery from Elvis and I put it on a trickle charge for the last day. It's at 100%. So when it's time to try to fire this up, I will go ahead and put that in. But right now, the battery that's in it is shitty little thing. So I'll update you guys as I go along. But yeah, see, that's a tiny little garbage battery. Not one you would need to be running this off of. So, but the engine sounded strong when I ran it. So we'll see. That's it for now. I'll update you guys in a bit. Alright. Let's go ahead and see what this transfer case fluid looks like. Man, not horrible, but talk about a video you can smell. Oh, and I'm so cool, I forgot to remove my plugs. There we go. And it's surprisingly not that bad, the fluid. I definitely expected it to look worse than this. Goddamn wind. Oh. So I guess we'll let that do its thing for right now, and come back in a bit and check when this is all drained back in. So I ended up having to call it quits for a few days because I had gotten a piece of metal in my eye, and I was doing this Wednesday night. Finally went to the doctor on Saturday, and then they pulled out a piece of metal, and then I'm still recovering, and it's currently Tuesday of the following week, and my eyesight has been it's steadily getting better. It's at about 50% now in that eye, and I will probably be able to start working on this again as long as the weather will hold out.
So look forward to having a part 2. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. It all helps. And hopefully you guys all enjoy the new merch store. And that should be going live here, or should already be live by the time you guys are seeing this. But go check it out. Every bit helps. Thanks, guys.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, yeah, fuck.
Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you for watching.